Reality Receipts.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. We are back to talk about the Real Housewife of Potomac. We've got Karen's big sit down with Andy that we've all been anticipating all season long. And we have 2 recaps of the Valley Persian style because we accidentally forgot to talk about it last week. We watched it. I put on the next episode and I said, wait a minute, I don't recall chatting with Ricky about the psychic, Palm Springs, none of this. So we're like,
Oops.
we're on the shows right now.
Yeah. Whoopsie.
Yeah. We watched it and we talked about it in our heads, but not on here. So
Yeah.
should we start with Karen? Because I got so much to say. Do you got so
Yeah,
much to
let's
say?
start there. The Grande Dame. Is that what they call her?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. She looked great. We'll start with that. She looked
Mhm.
amazing.
Mhm.
Jail was good on her. I guess like all you do there is work out, and she made it sound kind of not so bad,
I
right?
don't know. Like I've heard, and I guess it's where you end up because I've heard
Yeah.
horror stories. Like she said, they tried to keep her out of general
Mhm.
population. I don't know. I watched Orange is the New Black. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I've heard horror stories, and it's not a place
Mhm.
you'd want to be. So
It did feel like maybe she sugarcoated it a little bit. I'm sure there was bad parts of it too. Do you believe that she asked to be in Gen Pop, or that's just where she was put?
I don't know. I don't know that she actually went to Gen Pop. I don't know. She said they were keeping her out of it, and she asked to go because so she could, have
Really learn her
consequences.
lesson.
Yeah, really learn her
Mhm.
lesson. She didn't. What I didn't think she was clear on if she actually went or not.
Yeah.
So.
She was a little tricky with her words. I'll
Mm.
just say before we get into our thoughts on her, like I know there has been lots of housewives with legal troubles. We've even seen some go to jail. Nobody really complained about them getting a second chance, getting to come back onto TV. And so I know some people feel like she shouldn't be able to come back on TV because of what she's done, and some people think she should. So I feel like people should get second chances. Obviously, 4 DUIs is a little different than 1. When
Only 2 were associated to alcohol, Ashley. Only 2.
You're right.
And the other one was 20 years ago.
Right.
So the other 2 was
Mhm.
drugs
Like,
and alcohol, not just
true,
alcohol. So just putting that out
true.
there.
I'll say, like, for me personally, I thought it was crazy that Shannon's DUI on the Real Housewives of Orange County was barely talked about. I was like, I know you guys will hate this, but I was more Team Tamara. She was the only one that wanted to talk about it because Shannon did like crash into a home and like her dog was in the car. It wasn't just a victimless crime, I guess you could say, because she could have hurt somebody. Same thing with Karen. Because I know a lot of people compare the two, where like nobody questioned if Shannon should get a second chance, and why is it a thing with Karen? And I agree. I think Shannon should be treated the same as Karen is, where people are wondering, is this somebody we want to platform on TV? Have they really learned their lesson? Have they changed? Shannon only has had the 1 DUI so far, so I think it is easier maybe for people to say that was a one-off and that's not her, although her alcohol issues have been a topic on plenty of seasons, and so I was surprised. Like, somebody gets a DUI, crashes into a house right before the season films, and they didn't really address it. Weird, right? So I
Mm,
get those people who are like, "Why is it different for Karen?"
mm.
But Karen went to jail for it, and Shannon did not yet, so there is differences
Yeah.
in the women and the situations. That being said, I do think she's gonna come back on the show, obviously, but do you feel like she took accountability fully?
Yes and no. You know what I mean? Like a little bit did not.
Yeah.
Um yeah, no. It's really tricky because she did take a lot of accountability.
Uh-huh.
But she seemed to really have an issue with um accepting, maybe accepting the fact that she is an alcoholic, but then
Yeah.
she also did accept that she's an alcoholic, and then she said she's an alcoholic, but then she
Yeah.
also said, like, really wanted to blame the pills because, like she said, that's
Mhm.
from a doctor. It's a prescription where the bottle you have to pick it up on your own. So she gave some really good analogies, and then she like took accountability, and she didn't like even when
Yeah.
Andy would like ask her outright. Now, I have a question for you. Do you feel like Andy talked over her a lot?
I didn't feel like that. Maybe he was trying to keep her on track because I know that he's probably trying to help her in the long run because if she's not taking accountability in this interview and she is skating around things, the viewers are going to be pissed, right? And so I do think he wanted to make sure that she was saying the right things and maybe that's
Okay.
where the talking over came from of like trying to help her go in the right directions.
Maybe, because I felt that, like, I felt like, okay, he is trying to get the conversation back, like, keep it on topic, but I could tell, like, when she's talking, and maybe it's because he knows she's about to go off on a tangent to some shit that don't even make any sense,
Mhm.
but, there was a lot of points when she was talking, and I love Andy, I think he's the GOAT, like, I think, like, there's nobody in the industry that does it like him, I aspire to
Mhm.
be like him, like, I just would fan out if I seen him, and I wouldn't
Yeah.
out over a lot of people. I think he's great, but I did at some points feel like she was going to like she was talking and she was going to continue saying something, and before she could really get that sentence out, he would ask something else, right? Like he would kind
Mhm.
of like ask something else, ask something else. I feel like he did that a lot during the
Did
interview,
it
but
seem like she was heading, like, off topic, or it was, like, more
Mm,
relevant information?
I think I couldn't tell. So it's like again, that
Mhm,
could also be the edit. That could also be
mhm,
how, maybe production chopped and screwed it up. But I
mhm.
felt like, oh, she's gonna sometimes when you let people just talk, they say a lot.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And sometimes they say a
I think
bunch of
he was
nothing,
worried
like
about
Stacy,
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe he was protecting her in a sense and he was worried about her just like going off and saying something
yeah,
that she can't come back from. But it did seem like she's just talking. He would cut her off and ask something
hmm.
else and ask, so I don't know. I don't know. That was just
Oh, yeah, that's weird,
yeah.
I didn't notice it
Yeah, you
at
guys let me
all,
know in the
but
comments. Did you guys notice that or was that just me? So,
yeah, I felt like she had in the middle part there, she had a really hard time just saying like, we never really heard her say, "I'm an alcoholic and I cannot drink," you know? She did seem to be sort of putting it on the pills more, right? And I feel like it's sort of a way of her justifying 'cause I think she's still in that mindset of, like, "I can have a couple drinks." That's what I was getting from her. Like,
mm,
I'm not gonna ever drink and drive again, but I can have a couple drinks at, like, a party, and I'm just never gonna drink and drive again. So she's not stressed because she's like her issues weren't, like, ruining her life and doing other things while drunk, it's this driving. So I feel like she's telling herself, "I'm just never gonna drink and drive again, so there's not gonna be a problem." The same thing that Shannon's doing too, because she still drinks a lot too, and I think it's like the alcohol is not the problem, it was the driving drunk, right? And I only did that because of the pills mixed with the alcohol. But then at
right.
the end, she did mention alcoholism. She did kinda come around by the end,
Yeah,
so
that I felt the same thing. Like I felt like what you're saying. Like, okay, she's not taking accountability and there's something about the
mhm,
alcoholism because when you're in recovery from alcoholism, you do not drink. You cannot have a glass of champagne every once in a while.
mhm.
And I think she knows like being around these women moving forward, like she is going to have a drink. So she
Yeah,
can't admit that she has a problem with the bottle. It's like I have a problem with the bottles mixed with the alcohol, but the bottle on its own is okay. But then at the
mhm,
end, she kind of changed her tune just a little bit.
mhm, and I'm worried we've seen this before, like, with Luann. She didn't have a DUI, but she got arrested for, like, beating up police while drunk, and it was a whole thing, and it started off like this. She came back to the show. And yeah, and, like, they let her come back. So I fully understand why everyone's like, "Karen should be allowed to come back. We've seen worse." So I agree that she should be able to come back, but I do think we're gonna see the next season she's on, the same thing happened with Luann, where it's like, "I'm not drinking," and then it's like, "I am okay to have a drink at a party," and then by the end of the season, they're just back to being, like, hammered again, right? And because they're feeling sure that they would never drive again, so they're not gonna be in that situation, and maybe that is true. People get DUIs and they change, and they don't necessarily stop drinking, but they don't get another DUI. So I think because this isn't her first DUI, it's harder probably for people to believe. And obviously, when you're drunk, you don't make the best choices. You can say sober, I would never drink and drive again, but that drunk you, where you're like 4 minutes from your house and I could just drive home, it's hopefully not going to happen again.
Yeah.
But
It was
she,
tricky. It was tricky. She was
yeah,
dancing, skating, skirting. Oh, yeah, she was using that language. I was like, "Wait, yeah, no, the bottle didn't
yeah,
have you," is what I'm hearing. So you saying the bottle didn't have you, you're saying, "I'm not an alcoholic." And then Andy's like, "No, well,
hmm
but the bottle did kinda have you." Like, you know what I mean? It's like, "Yes, it did."
Well,
Mhm.
I think at one point,
It also had me, yes, and I'm like, "Wait, what?" Like
I feel like she was being really careful with her words, and she certainly didn't say, I'll never have another drink again for the
Mhm,
rest of my life because
mhm.
I think she will attempt to still drink but not break the law. So,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's a little concerning because obviously she talked a lot about her history and that this has been a 20-year issue. This has been something her children and her husband have brought up to her that it's to the point where there's establishments in the town that know her because she's there daily getting drunk. So I don't know, for myself, if that's 20 years of problems coupled with 4 DUIs, it might be like, I can never have another drink again. That is just something I know about myself.
yeah,
But she
but
does seem to just be justifying it a little bit. I do believe that she won't drink and drive again, that the jail did help with that. And that's the point, I guess. It's not illegal to drink, but I just feel like for her own self and happiness, it seems like she probably shouldn't. But probably someone that's in AA or knows more about this can tell us what this sounds like. They'd probably know if she's on the right path or if she's not. Because to me, it sounded like she's sort of pre-launching, I will be drinking again.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
what I feel
Like,
like I
I
can handle it.
can't admit to alcoholism because alcoholism means that I cannot have another drink ever again,
Yeah.
and she's not ready to commit to that. She's ready to
Mhm.
commit to not drinking and driving, she's ready to commit to not mixing pills with alcohol, but
Mhm.
she's not willing to admit the
No.
alcohol itself is a problem, yeah.
Yeah, and I think she really believes that. Like, she thinks it's not a problem, it's the driving, but that her drinking is fine. So, I just it just seems like cutting out the alcohol would be the best choice if you've had all these issues, and that's why it's an addiction, right? You
Yeah,
wanna
it's hard.
justify.
Yeah, you wanna
Mhm.
just so you don't wanna stop, right? So if you could justify that you could have a little bit or you could,
And I
yeah,
think someone committed to actually changing and having a better life would probably not wanna come back to the show because that would be so difficult for somebody not trying not to drink, and we haven't really seen anyone, I don't think, go through a bad situation like this and become sober and stick it out, because I know Luann started drinking again. I know, like, Kyle is sober on Beverly Hills, but nothing bad happened. That was just, like, a lifestyle choice, like, "I'm depressed, I can't handle this," and
yeah.
it wasn't like a situation happened, but, like, I really wanna drink, but because that happened, I can't. It was, like, a genuine, "I don't want to." So I don't know if
Mm,
we've ever seen anyone successfully like, quit drinking that's, like, an addict survive on these shows because it would be so hard. Do these girls' trips, these parties, it's just a drinking fest,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, and it takes a while to get to that point to where you can be around that again and not be influenced by it or
Mhm.
it, bother you, so
Oh, Lala, actually, she did successfully manage, so maybe Karen could get some tips from her, but like I said, it doesn't sound like Karen really wants to stop drinking. She just wants to not drive and drink, so,
yeah, and mix with pills, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
Eesh.
I know, I'm like, it's not funny at all, but it's just sort of like it's like these things we talk about with people in bad relationships and stuff. It's like as an outsider, you can so easily see the answer. It's like, Karen, you cannot drink. Just say, I'm never going to drink again and just stick to that.
She
And you're
doesn't
good to
wanna
go.
say
You don't
that
have
when
to
it's
worry.
not true when she's drinking in the next season. She doesn't wanna
Yeah.
say something that she knows she can't commit to. So, what did you guys think? In the comments, let us know. Did you feel like she took accountability? Because, like I said, she was waving in and out of accountability. Like I was like,
Yeah.
yes, there it is. Oh, okay, no, 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 no. Oh, there it is. Oh, da, 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 da. This was
And
my first introduction to Karen. Because I didn't
mhm,
watch any other Potomacs. So this is my first time seeing her. We know she's going to be at the reunion. So,
mhm.
you know, uh, you know,
Yeah. And the thing that's scary too is, right, she's been caught drinking and driving a couple times, but that doesn't mean those were the only times it happened. It probably happened a lot, and thankfully she's never hurt anybody, but what was like a red flag to me was her saying someone else was in the car. I don't believe that there was anyone else in the car. I just think people that's like legally a really good defense to drinking and driving. And so I feel like she had a good defense ready. Like this is something she's thought about, you know? Like she thought to say like someone else was driving because people try that with like accidents sometimes too, just to be like, I wasn't driving. Some random person they met at the bar drove
Was
my car home and ran away. And it is a
oh,
good, it works.
oh, yeah.
Mhm. Not to give you guys legal, like, ways
Not
to
to
get out of a
give you guys
DUI.
legal ways and like, oh, actually, this random person they crashed and ran off. I don't know where they went, and I don't know their name. Like,
Yeah, like, they can't prove that that's not true, right? And it happens, like, sometimes you meet someone is I mean, I don't think anyone's handing their keys over, but then again, say you meet a girl, you're gonna take her home and you're a little hammered and they're not, and they're like, "Okay, I'll drive your car." Like, tell me lies, that's the whole plot, right? Someone else drove and she got blamed, so I feel like Karen put thought into this defense, is what I'm saying. A lot of people
mm,
thought she had a man, a side man. That's what they thought happened.
oh, and he was in the car, and she's like,
Mhm.
skedaddle, get the fuck out of here before they get here.
Yeah, and that basically she took the fall and took the DUI over outing that she was having an affair.
I mean,
You won't go to jail for an affair, so I
but
would
your
probably
husband will leave you, and your whole life will blow up.
that's true. Maybe she chose jail, but I don't know. Do you think she had a side man with her? A lot of people do believe that.
No, I don't.
No.
I don't know.
And
I don't know enough
what
about her though, I guess, but mm,
I feel like her
I ain't
marriage was
going to
not doing
jail for
well.
freaking nobody. Yeah, I mean, I said at first, in the beginning of the episode when they showed her coming home and her husband had printed out that thing and then just seeing them interact, I was like, "Oh my god, like how
Yeah.
sweet." And then by the end of it, I was like, "Ooh, wait a minute. What do you mean your husband said he's basically at his wit's end with you? Like and he will walk away from you if he needs to?" Like I don't
Mhm.
really know what's been detailed on the show regarding their marriage, but
Oh, okay. So apparently in season 7 no, wait, during the season 2 reunion, cast members, notably Giselle Bryant, accused Karen of having a secret boyfriend or engaging in affairs with younger men in the Potomac area. Blue Eyes is what they called her man. He manages a local hotel. So there's like a real side man out there, I guess, of hers, allegedly.
mm,
So
could be
it definitely could be possible.
possible.
But I just feel like I'm not sure what like, I haven't read the police report, so I don't know if they, like, figured out what bar she was at and went back there and asked questions, and was she alone? I'm sure they did, like, the due diligence of the evidence there, and she was probably by herself, so
Mm.
would've been a good defense, though, she should've stuck with that.
Yeah, 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 she should have actually, like, I mean, not
If
like
people already think you have a side man, it's like, whatever. You might as
yeah,
well
yeah,
use that.
and then to your husband, you're like, "Baby, I just said that to get so I didn't
Mhm.
have to go to jail. There was nobody."
What did you think of her saying she didn't watch the video for such a long time?
Um, I mean, I believe her. I guess
Mhm.
I wouldn't wanna see myself like that either, but I mean, I like that she was able to say, "I was delusional, like, I was just
Mhm.
off my shit," like, you know?
I thought it was interesting some of the things that she would say, and then at the end when they showed the reunion and the girls talking about her, it did feel to me like she had watched that because some of the stuff she was saying was sorta like answering what they had asked or like counteracting some of the things that they had said. Because she said she didn't watch the reunion. I
She
doubt
watched it,
that.
she watched it.
Yeah, okay, I'm
She
like,
watched every last bit of it, like,
that
"Girl, it's okay."
that's exactly what I was thinking. Because I know on the reunion, they were kinda questioning, like, how could she have turned down a plea deal? Like, she coulda had house arrest, and she put herself or her legal counsel put her in this position, and so, I know she, like, throughout this interview with Andy, she was like, "I didn't watch the video, so I didn't know, like, that I should have taken the plea deal. I didn't know how bad it was," which is, I think, a little crazy, delusional to not, like, be when you're being offered a plea deal to not have all the legal facts, I don't even think your lawyer could not tell you. Like, I
And
think didn't you
they were
say
saying that her like, the girls on the reunion were saying, like, "Oh, her legal
Mhm,
counsel was advising her," whatever, like, whether you seen it or not, your lawyers did, and they're like, "Listen, girl,
mhm,
this ain't gonna go good for you. You're gonna go to jail. Like, take the plea." Like, I don't see that she didn't. I don't
a and
believe
that's the
that she
thing,
didn't see it.
the lawyers were probably telling her exactly that, and she was like, you can only advise your client, they ultimately make the choice, right?
Right,
And so they
right, right,
could
right.
have quit and been like, this is embarrassing for me," but if that's what she wanted to do, they would have had to just follow her wishes, and so I don't see any world in which a lawyer wouldn't say, "You need to take this plea deal, it's gonna be bad for you," and I think she was, like, so cocky that she's like, "No, I'm gonna beat this," and so
Yeah, yeah, and that's what it is, it's ego.
mhm,
I'm fucking Karen. Like, I'm nobody's gonna put me in jail. Like, I'm a
mhm,
fucking housewife. I'm the grand dame. Like, ain't nobody gonna put me
mhm.
in jail, and then you're like, "Oh, fuck, like, I
Yeah.
should've took the plea." But I think that's what it was. It was ego. It was
Mhm.
ego. It was ego. It was you thinking that you're bigger than the system.
Yeah, and we saw that a bit in the video where she's kinda like, "Don't you know who I am?" type of thing, and if you're on your 4th DUI or whatever the other 2 were, I don't think she really explained that, but, you do think, you just keep getting away with it. If you've never been to jail for the other 3, why would this be any different? So,
Yeah, yeah. I think we seen like you said, we seen it. "Do you know who I am?" They call me the grand dame. Like, you thought
yeah.
you thought you didn't think, "I'm not gonna take this plea, like, when I have a chance at doing no jail time, no house arrest." Like,
Mhm.
I don't she thought she was about to get off. That's what that was.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it could have felt better about her future if she came on to this interview with Andy and said, "I'm definitely an alcoholic. I finally learned that about myself. I'm never touching a drink again. I might take a season off to heal myself, and then I'd love to come back after that, like as a new person." But I, it felt very much like I don't know. I think she'll come back. She wants to come back. They want her back, and I just hope it goes okay. Like I hope it's not a whole season of Karen secretly drinking and outing her drinking, and because that's what we've seen before. So
I mean, that's I think, yeah, that's we're gonna get a lot of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it feels like. Well, any other thoughts about Karen?
I guess it was nice to meet her.
Yeah.
This being the first season, I know she's like a big part of all the other seasons, so I like to see how she mixes and mingles with the ladies. I am curious to see what this is going on with Wendy. They seem to have some smoke. We do see on the reunion she's gonna like tell her to shut the fuck up, or
Yeah.
I think basically telling her to shut her mouth and that she's talking too much about her legal issues is what I'm assuming she's talking about. I guess we're gonna see that
Mhm.
footage of Wendy and Eddie on the
Yeah.
reunion. That is kind of like an after shot. They made it seem like it was part of the season, but maybe it's
Mhm.
just something they're gonna
Like a
show.
cameras pickup
Yeah.
situation.
Mhm.
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 Yeah, that's
Um,
true, like, Wendy has her legal troubles now, and I don't know if I would take advice from Karen, but if she's learned from her mistakes, then I guess she is somebody good to give advice, so just because she
but
didn't
they're
take the
not
plea deal, so
friends. They're not friends. Wendy said it
no.
and Karen said it. So I guess I'll have to see what's going on
Yeah, I know,
there.
like, I think Karen sent a video t they showed a little bit of this, but Karen sent a video to the reunion last time and, like, thanked a few people and left Wendy out, and we haven't figured out why. She alluded to it, obviously trying to save a little storyline for when she comes back. We'll see her and Wendy.
She literally said she knows why. She knows why I didn't thank her.
Mhm.
So we don't, okay? Like
No,
let
tell
us
us.
in. Let us in. Maybe we'll find out at the reunion.
Well, I do kind of feel like Wendy and Karen just have other bigger issues right now to deal with. Like they need to figure that out first and then their problems cuz I don't it just seems like if we have that like real life stress of legal issues going on plus trying to fight with these women on these shows like that's a lot, you know? That's
Yeah.
heavy, but
Yeah.
they're professionals, so
Yeah.
yeah, she looked great and she did use the word alcoholism at the end. So she might come back and be like, I'm not drinking. I'm an alcoholic, can't touch it. And we'll see like such a great story of her overcoming it. So I'm sure she
Yeah.
got feedback from this interview of these similar things of like you need to be a little more cut and dry about not drinking. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
yeah, but I'm excited for the reunion. It looks really good.
Oh my god, it looks so good. It looks so
Mhm,
good. It gets so good. It looks so good. It looks like Ashley ends up telling, um, Angel, which that could have been a cut, like, exactly what
mhm.
we would say, like, "Laugh, bitch, like,
Yeah.
learn to laugh." My
Did
god, we'll
did
see.
Angel say something like, "I had dip on my face"? Is that like a saying?
"Dip on my chip."
Oh,
Mhm.
what does that mean?
Like, when she got a little dip in her chip, like, you got a little dip on your chip, like, you doing a lot, like,
Oh,
you
okay.
doing a lot, like, you talking, you got some dip on your chip, like, like, what's
I
that?
thought it was
Like,
I thought it was like egg on your face, like she had dip on her chin, and I was like, I like that word too. Like embarrassing herself, like with the
uh,
trip and the
let's see, maybe
Airbnb.
look, I'm about to be
No, I
like
think you're right.
I'm about to be like Amanda from, Beverly Hills, like, "Dip
Let me
on"
Google it.
let me Google accosted to make sure
Your
I'm using it right.
no, yours sounds way better. Dip.
That's how I use it, like, when I be like, "Well, you got a lot of dip on your chip," like, "You got a lot to say, so go ahead, like,
No,
what's that?" Like,
yeah,
say it while you're in my face, you know?
yeah, it says dip on your chip is means you need to slow down or stop what you're doing. So yeah, you're right. Like,
Look,
she's
dip
being
on
too
my
much.
look at the AI overview. "Dip on my chip" generally refers to the snack of dipping chip into sauces, like, "Bitch, I mean, get the fuck outta here."
That's why AI is bad. It
Yeah,
doesn't get
Urban
it.
Dictionary, okay? Yeah, when someone has too much dip on their chip, that means they need to slow down or stop what they're doing. You got way
Yeah.
too much dip on your chip. Yeah, like yeah, exactly. You do it a lot. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I look up dip on your chin and that's nothing, so yours is
It's
definitely right.
yeah,
Yours is much better than mine.
yeah,
Should we get into the Valley Persian stuff?
yes,
We gotta go all the way back to episode 4 because we forgot that one, so
yeah, yeah. That is, we're picking up on. Is this when we're picking up on the heels of Golnessa and Dennis's fight?
yes,
And it
which
went from 100 to back to 0, and they walked away being absolutely fine.
yeah, they ended episode 3 as, like, she was, like, needing to punch a pillow, like, freaking out, and then they pick up and it's like, whatever, they're fine. So I'm so I'm not any less confused about these 2 by the end, like, why is she inviting him to Palm Springs and not telling everybody? Then she gets mad at him and wants them to kick him out, like, that's
It's just
exhausting.
it's exhausting. Golnessa is, exhausting. She needs to regulate her emotions because you guys
Mhm,
walked away from that dinner, lunch, or whatever being okay, and then you got re-mad about the same exact thing all over again. You wanted people
mhm.
to treat him poorly after you invited him here. I just it's just a lot. It's just a
Yeah,
lot. It's just a lot of emotion.
and I still don't understand what she's mad about. Okay, he went off with her friend, but their wedding wasn't even their marriage wasn't real, right? They're just friends. Is it because he embarrassed her? Is that what it
I
is?
think I don't I'm just as confused as you. Maybe if we interview her, we can ask her because
Yeah.
I don't understand, like, what I think maybe it's the embarrassing part of it because were you guys I think what I would wanna know is if her and Dennis were actually in a romantic relationship. Like, were you guys being intimate?
Mhm,
Did you guys take your friendship to a romantic level? Because it seemed like you guys, to the viewer, it really comes off like you guys got married as a prank or as a joke, like, not an actual marriage where you're
mhm,
saying you did it to make your ex mad.
mhm.
He did it for whatever his own reasons was, but it was, I think, quite obvious that it wasn't a real marriage. So if you guys are not in a real romantic marriage, why can't he hook up with whoever he wants?
Yeah, I think this is the problem with having a storyline that happened off camera, right? And they're trying to catch us up and keep us in the loop, but it all happened already. Like you kind of need the stuff to happen on camera. Like if she got married to him on the show and then this all happened, we'd be way more invested. But you're like explaining stuff to us that's already done and over with and obviously trying to get those emotions back up again and we're kind of like what's the big deal? Let it go. So I guess they should have started filming earlier so we could have captured all of this 'cause
Yeah, because it really doesn't make sense what you're so upset about. He clearly
mhm.
doesn't feel like he did anything wrong because he knew your wedding wasn't legit.
Yeah, and so I just
And
don't
why would you be mad about him talking to your friend if you had no romantic interest in him? Like, it just
Okay,
all doesn't
so
make sense.
the girl see, now this, I guess, is where you had to watch Shaw's. So if you guys watch Shaw's, you probably get it, and we don't because the girl he started dating was a former co-star on that show. Now, why do they not say that? I guess
Mm.
they don't wanna mention the other show. 'Cause that makes more sense, I guess. They were all, like, on the show together.
But if you don't have a romantic interest in Dennis, then why does it matter? If you're not intimate with him, sleeping with him, have an actual relationship with him, who cares what he
Mhm.
does?
Yeah, like, why is she so invested in that, right?
I don't know, like, why you're so hell-bent on him being. Did they ask him? I feel like somebody at the table asked him if him and Golnessa, if it was a real wedding, and they both said no.
Yeah, like, they were just friends, business partners, like, not a thing at all. And so, why did they get married? Have they ever said that? Like,
She said that she got married him to make her ex jealous.
yeah, so it's
So
like
why did he marry her? Like, you know what I mean? He was probably just drunk. Is like, yeah, sure. She probably suggested it because she wanted to get her ex jealous, and he was like, okay, sure. I'm not doing anything else today. I guess we could get married.
yeah, it's not like he cheated on her or anything,
And
so
that's what he said. Like, and then so for you to like want him to take accountability for what? Like, and that's why I'm glad like Reza's kind of staying on her neck. Like he's kind of like, what are you
yeah.
mad at? Like he's the only one that's kind of like, what are you mad at? And everybody else is kind of like, you hurt her, so you have to take accountability for that. And it's like, she has no reason to be hurt. Like this was a sham of a wedding. This
Mhm,
wasn't real. This wasn't real. So let's like,
mhm. Why doesn't he just say, "Okay, sorry if that embarrassed you. I didn't think it was a real wedding. I didn't think we were actually in a relationship, so I went and dated somebody."
I
Like,
think he
it just
did
seems
say that to her, and that's how they
yeah.
got over it the first time, and then now you're re-mad about it, like,
Mhm. Yeah, it just feels like they're trying to take this off-camera thing and make it a big storyline, and it's like, "No, we need to care more about it. We can't talk about old news. We need to talk about what's happening here and now on the show." And it's not realistic. Like, why if she's this pissed at this guy, why is she inviting him on this trip? You wouldn't do that without the show,
you're
so
not p it's like, she literally left that lunch saying how she's so forgiving and wants people say sorry, she just like, she literally went from 10 to back to a 1, and she's like, "Okay,"
yeah.
and then, "Okay, I'm gonna let people know that Dennis is back in my life, and so I'm gonna do that by just inviting him here, but what? You guys are gonna be nice to
Mhm.
him? You guys are gonna include him? You guys are gonna feed him? I'm uncomfortable, he needs to go." Like, what?
Exhausting. But I
She's
guess
exhausting.
she is the only one bringing, like, a lot of drama, so we need to be thankful for that, but it's confusing 'cause probably
Confusing
because we don't
drama.
know this yeah, this girl that they're talking about, but they go to Palm Springs, a medium comes, which we can already tell where this is heading with the guy whose wife had passed away. First, Reza Jackson talks about why his last name is Jackson because he can dance like Michael Jackson.
Mhm.
Did he wow you with his dance moves?
I wouldn't say wow. I wouldn't use wow as like I was wowed. Good for him. You know?
He
Good.
really set it up like he was about to pull off some amazing dance moves, and then it was like a little shuffle.
Yeah, good job,
He tried.
Reza. He tried. The thing is with these shows, like to me, I'm like, all of the things that the medium knew is, like, super impressive and amazing, but with this with when it's on a show, I'm
Mhm.
always weary of, was this actual information that you picked up from the source, or did you kinda just know you were coming on the show and Googled some of these people and, like, got some background information
Yeah.
on them, you know? I don't know. It's always very tricky.
Yeah, I feel like I would have to see one I've never been to a medium, so, like, I'd have to see one for myself to really believe because with the shows, it's hard to know what's set up and what did like, these are public figures-ish, right? So they can
Mhm.
I mean, I guess what's his name? Whose wife passed away? It's not Greg. It's not
Amir?
Bombshad. Amir, yes. Too many people on the show, but Amir, it wasn't a public figure, so I guess technically they wouldn't have been able to look anything up. Like,
I
she wouldn't
mean,
have known the
not
names.
if you look stuff up, but, like, I always, like, get weary of if you look stuff up, if producers fed you a little something, if,
Mhm.
some of the cast fed you a little something because it's gonna look good on camera, like, I don't know. I believe in the power of mediums, but it's just on the show, I'm always like,
Yeah.
I've always
Well,
wanted to see a medium to talk to my dad. I've always wanted to see a medium, like a pet medium to talk to my dogs
mhm.
that passed away. That's why my cup says best mom ever, because if you guys
Oh,
know, I'm child free, but I did have fur babies.
yeah.
But yeah, so I
Wait,
don't
they
know.
have pet mediums?
They do.
Oh,
Again,
okay.
who knows how I would need to talk to one to see how like valid they are, because sometimes I feel like they tell you, like, very general stuff,
Yes.
very, like, on the surface, but this one seemed to get, like, very specific, like, "Oh, does your kid play with a giraffe? Yeah, that's
Mhm.
her coming through, like, that's her playing with your kid," like,
You
you
know
know?
what? That was funny because there's literally this giraffe chewy toy your niece probably have, right? Every kid has that toy. Do you know the one I'm talking about? Oh, okay, maybe not every kid, but it's literally, like, the most common baby toy. It's, like, the one thing that everyone suggests that you should get, and so, when they said giraffe, I was like, "Oh, I bet they're just assuming that the baby has it
Kid
because
has one.
because every kid has it." You know, this thing, like, literally everybody has it. You
Oh, no,
Oh, you
my
never
niece
had it?
doesn't have one, but I'll get her one.
It's
Ugh.
a teether. It's a teether, and
Oh,
it's really, like, helpful for their teeth, so,
oh.
yeah. See, it's iconic, it says on the AI, so
Okay, well,
but, yeah, I was like
I'll get it for my new niece that will be coming in May, so
yeah. See, now if the medium would have had your sister, it wouldn't have worked, right? She's really taking a gamble with the
No,
giraffe
because
'cause
she has a giraffe toy.
oh, she does?
She
Oh, there you
has
go.
so many stuffed animals. She has an
Mhm,
elephant, she has a giraffe, she has but if she would have said
mhm,
ducks, like my niece loves ducks, like literally loves ducks. So if she would have said duck, everybody would have been like, you
mhm.
know?
That's the thing, right? They keep it general, so I would need to see one that knew something really specific, and then that would be freaky. But nothing was really that specific
I feel
with
like
it.
it was very specific. He's like, I'm picking up on your dad. I'm picking up on your
Did she say
grandmother.
dad though? Wasn't it like a male figure, or did they say
An
grandma? I feel like they
older
just
like, they'll be like an older
yeah.
male figure, "Is it your dad?" And then it's like, "Yeah."
Mhm.
I feel like he
Yeah.
was very specific, especially Reza with, like, "Is there something with dancing?" Like,
Yeah.
did you and
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
specific.
I felt like
I
it
just
was
feel like sometimes they'll be like, "I'm older male or older woman in this area," and it's like everyone has, like, a grandparent or, like, somebody that has passed away, right? So sometimes I feel like they probably throw out something general, watch for certain cues, and then hone in on it, right?
Yeah, but I feel like with Amir, he was like, "Is this a" she was like, "Is this a an ex-wife? Is this
Mhm.
it was there something tragic that happened?" And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. I guess it's real, but I don't
I
know.
don't know. I'm always weary of it, but we'll see. But
Mhm.
it was sad. I don't know how Natasha feels about like your husband still being in love with somebody else that's no longer here.
Yeah, it is interesting. I sort of feel like it is just sort of being used as a storyline. I don't think this is something that comes up in their day to day. Like that was his past and they have these kids and this full life right now. But just because they are digging into it for the show and the storyline, it is probably actually bringing stuff up that normally he probably wouldn't be thinking about, right? So
Yeah.
she's being really cool about it, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
what could you say though, right? Like what could you
hmm
really say? Like get over her? Like, you can't
Yeah.
really say
Let it go.
anything. Like let it go. Like move on because he has moved on and they have this family and it's
hmm
natural to still think about her. But I don't know. I think I don't know what I would feel because it's like you you really want her, but you can't have her, like, it's
Mhm,
impossible, so now you have me, and you're
mhm,
satisfied? Are you? Because you'd rather have this life with her, this is the life that you wanted with her, so, like, I'm just kinda
mhm.
here. Because you
Yeah, and
had to do something else, you couldn't live I don't know, I can imagine it being a extremely difficult situation to navigate.
yes, especially because they never it's not like a divorce, like she said, or like a long time relationship. They never got to the point of having hard times or having bad times, or maybe you don't know how that relationship would have progressed, and maybe they would have gotten divorced and it wouldn't have worked out. And he is in a better situation now, but it's the not knowing, right? He never got to the bad state. Not that every marriage gets to a bad
Right.
stage,
Yeah,
but
you it was
they
all
only
good.
had the high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was all
And he
good.
only we always remember, when we've talked about this before, you watch Dateline and it's like she lit up every room and everybody loved her, but no one ever says like, "Oh, this person kind of sucked." Like you'd think of someone that passes away as you just remember the good, right? It's easier
Right.
to remember the good things and focus on those. So he probably remembers her in such a good light and that it was cut short. And who knows if it played out, he might be happier with who he's with now, but he'll never know. So, it's probably just that elephant in the room of, like, she's lingering because maybe he compares certain situations, but it's not the same because he's getting so much more time with who he's with now, so it's tricky.
It's tricky. It's so hard to
Mhm.
navigate, yeah.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
sad to think, like, of his poor wife that passed away, and now he has this whole life and these kids and everything that she didn't get to do, so, like, that's sad too.
Yeah, that is sad. Yeah, that is sad, but it's like, I don't know, is she
What is that?
we're back, and if you notice, if you're watching this, we're in different clothes because, girl, there was a ghost, there's something. It wasn't actually anything. It was just apparently doing drain cleaning. Plumber was here, and my manager didn't tell me, but that was spooky. That was spooky timing.
We were literally talking about mediums and ghosts and that we don't believe in it or, like, skeptical, and then it sounded like a demon was literally coming through Ricky's wall, like, I was terrified. I was like, "What is that?" She looked out her door, she looked around the corner, nothing, but we could hear she's like, "There's something in the walls." It was so scary, and so we're like, "Okay, we need to stop for today. We're being haunted, we're being, chased by ghosts," but
Oh
it was
my
a
god.
plumber, so
Yeah, it was just the plumber upstairs, apparently draining my neighbor's, kitchen, and my apartment didn't notify me that there was gonna be a plumber upstairs, but suspicious timing, so we'll just move on from
Very.
medium chat, and
I
we'll
was
just
gonna say, if
pick
if
up.
the ghosts are listening, we believe in you.
We
Please be nice to us.
we believe you, please leave us alone.
We got podcasts to get through, so haunt someone else today, please.
Yeah, I do not have time to be haunted today. I just have so much to do.
Packed schedule. Haunt us another time. Come back at Christmas when we have a day off, okay?
Come back
Not today.
after Love is Blind season. Not today, please, please.
So, yes, we totally believe in it, and let's move on. Not
Yeah,
talk
let's
about it
move
ever
on.
again. Yes, we're very sorry that we were skeptical, but, I think the only thing left in that episode 4 of the Valley Persian Style, is they had the dinner where Dennis showed up, and
Mm,
Gigi never told everybody he's coming. They're
mm.
rightfully a little taken aback, and they don't like him, but now she's like, "I'm cool with him," and it's very confusing for everybody, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I think as friends, you naturally want to be protective of your
Mhm.
friend. But again, this is a very suspicious circumstance. Like we said
Yeah.
before, like, I'm not really sure why her friends aren't questioning her more on why she's so upset. Like, it seems like everybody else has a lot more context than we do because they feel like
Mhm.
Gigi has a right to be upset. We're all kind of confused why Gigi's upset. But Gigi's up and down is really confusing for me because he walks
Yeah.
into the dinner and she's like, "We're cool again." Like,
Yeah.
this is my way of kind of like announcing that we're cool again. I didn't really want to like have to tell each friend individually that we're cool again. So this is like the
Mhm.
best way to kind of just put it out there. And then it's like they start grilling him. And because he's not like, yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, I made a mistake. Because he's kind of like having the same stances he's always had, like, "Yeah, I didn't
Mhm.
really do anything wrong." She gets pissed again, and now
Yeah.
she's in an uproar once again, and I'm like, What the hell?
Yeah, I'm just realizing that this would probably be how it feels to watch The Valley without ever watching Vanderpump Rules, right? Like I'm watching The Valley with all the Vanderpump Rules lore, and so Jax and Brittany, it all makes sense. But I can't imagine just suddenly turning on The Valley and you didn't know anything about these people. How jarring that would be! Like, what is this lady doing with Jax? This makes no sense to me, and that's where we're at with The Valley Persian style. Just because we never watched Shaws of Sunset, it's very like we don't have all that backstory to make us understand why people are making these choices because we're like, what is she thinking inviting him? But I think it's a callback to the other show. And we saw that apparently the girl he moved on with was Gigi's friend, and she was also on Shaws of Sunset. So it probably makes a lot more sense to you guys if you watch the other show. Like, you get the stakes, whereas we're like, we don't need to see this Dennis guy. Just let it go, move on. But he's part of the old show, I guess.
I
So,
yeah, and that also that makes sense, but my thing is like it all does not make sense. I don't care who the friend is. I don't care what show she was on. If you guys were not in an actual marriage, if you guys were
yeah.
not in an actual romantic marriage, then why do you care what he does with who? It doesn't matter what
Mm.
friend it is. Like if you guys
And
were actually being intimate and actually in a romantic situation, I understand that, but from the sounds of it, they were not. So what am
no.
I missing here?
And I guess, like, they obviously allude well, not allude, they show that it seems like Gigi has some sorta, like, rage issues, some anger issues, and so I'm just wondering, like, how would she react if this was, like, a partner she was in love with and married to that cheated on her? Like, she would
Oh,
Lorena Bobbitt him, like,
oh,
she
yeah,
would
yeah.
be
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, 100%,
So
100%, yeah.
this might just be par for the course for Gigi. She probably gets angry over things that we don't understand, right? Like we don't see it as a big deal, but to her it's a big deal.
But
But
all the friends are validating
I
her
was just
feelings.
thinking that I'm like, why aren't they talking her down to earth? But we did see Reza try that with the whole house hunting of like, you don't got a job, like why are you looking for this? And she just gets more mad.
But
So it
she
seems like they have to walk on
seems
eggshells with her.
but other Reza did tell her, like, "Well, what are you so pissed at him for if you were just getting married to him to get
Hmm.
back at your ex?" Like, and she was able to, like, hear that and take
Hmm.
accountability, but she's still super upset. So, but and her friends are also, like, upset at Dennis too because they feel like what he did was wrong. So, I need Reza to be like, "Gigi, why are you mad? Like, if were you
Hmm.
in a romantic relationship with him, yes or no?"
Yeah.
That's what I wanna ask her. Were you guys in a romantic relationship, yes or no? If the answer is yes, then it all makes sense. If the answer is no, then it doesn't. Like, you know?
Well, I wonder if what it is that she said she did it to make her ex-husband jealous, right? So that's pretty embarrassing. Like imagine your ex moves on, marries someone else, and you're like, oh damn, I'm a little jealous. And then you see that guy or that girl ditches him for his friend, right? That's embarrassing. That's funny. As the ex-husband, you're like, you got played. Because if he doesn't know that it's not a real marriage, her whole point of doing it was to rub in the ex's face. So I guess it just she got embarrassed, right? She was trying to do it as a flex and she looked like a fool. And but that's not an early Dennis's problem unless
That's
you
not
agree.
Dennis's
No.
fault. You can't get mad at me because you tried to use me and then I did some shit not knowing that you were using me. Like that's
Hmm.
why it's like it all doesn't make sense. But then Reza, other not Reza Jackson, but other Reza said something along the lines like in the confessional where he was like, "Oh, she got cut off from dad, tried to
Hmm.
marry Dennis." He basically he's rich, like, you married him
Hmm.
for money, and it didn't go as planned because he left you for somebody else. So it's like, is that in another angle? Like, were you actually trying to be with Dennis? Because everyone keeps saying
Yeah.
Gigi has no job, and then she keeps telling us all these ways that she makes money. Like, she has
Yeah.
an OnlyFans, she has this toy line, she makes money on social media. Like, I think she's
Yeah.
fine, actually. I think she actually does have, like, income. Like,
Hmm. Yeah, then why I wonder why they're telling her like you can't afford all the stuff that you want to do if she has so much money. It doesn't make sense. So I just think there must be something we don't know, right? Like some kind of details being left out because it's not
making
tracking
sense.
with
Yeah.
no, and maybe he did know and he said he was in on the plan to make the ex-husband jealous. He agreed to get married and like stay married and to pretend to be together and then he embarrassed her. So if
But
he was aware of that,
that would make sense, but Gigi said to the camera that Dennis has no idea that she used him to get back. So that's why I'm like,
yeah, she's worse. doing worse to him than he's doing to her, so it doesn't make sense, but
Yeah, and the
um,
friends seem to feel the same way about Dennis, but okay, they have a discussion. They get
mhm,
over it, and then Gigi's still very upset about it. Like, it obviously ends with her storming off, which I was super annoyed about because
mhm.
I'd be so annoyed if I was Adam. That's his name, right? Adam? Like, you're making my entire dinner about you. You're creating the spectacle. You're storming off. You and Dennis have already had a conversation, and here you are storming off again. And it's like, okay, I get it. Give us some good TV, girl, but like, goddamn, goddamn,
Yeah.
goddamn, goddamn.
Yeah, there's a lot of Gigi storming off over the same it was the same fight at the end of last episode over Dennis, and now it's again, so
Yeah.
and yeah, Reza had set up such a nice birthday dinner for Adam, and it's in there, like that's where they got married, right? And so it's a special place to them, so to bring Dennis as a surprise and have a fight is kind of
Where
brutal,
and
but
wasn't the fight like happening as the cake came out? Like, wasn't
yeah.
it like this beautiful cake's coming out and like everyone's fucking fighting? It's like, oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, and then she expects, like so on to the next episode, episode 5, she is pissed at Dennis, and they have a little tiff, and he storms off, and then her friends, like, convince him to stay, and then she asks her friends basically to tell him to leave, just really jerking
They're
him
like,
around.
yeah, like you're being nice to him. You're making him breakfast, and I'm uncomfortable. I'm this, I'm that.
Mhm.
It's like you invited him here, so you want to invite him here, and then you want everybody to be rude to him? Like, come on.
Yeah, I
It's
don't know what she expected. Maybe she thought he was gonna come in, like, and apologize and
mhm.
be more humble. Maybe he said he would, but yeah, he came in exactly the same way as he had been at their previous meeting, so I don't know what she was shocked about. It's
Yeah.
what she
Very
should have
confusing.
expected, but
Very confusing. Like, oh, I wanted to go race car driving, but I didn't because Dennis came. Like,
yeah. Yeah, that was funny. What did you think of this whole Sky and Tannen fight? Like, they're fighting over her birthday gift. She wouldn't bring them to the house, so she had to Uber to go get them and putting the cream on the dog. It seems like
I
petty stuff,
don't like
right?
Tannen. Wait, which
No.
one's Tannen? The
Tannen's the
blonde.
dark-haired, Sky's the blonde.
I don't like
Sky.
Sky. I don't like Sky.
She's
I
a
like
lot.
Tannen. I do think that it's rude to put the serum on your dog. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's very extremely rude.
Is it even
Like,
safe for the dog?
exactly, right? Like, to be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'll just put it on my dog. Like, that's shitty. Like,
Yeah.
that's shitty. Like, you don't do that. And Sky is a pretentious bitch. Like, there's no other way to say it. Like, you're an uppity, snooty, think you're better than
Mhm.
everybody bitch. Like, and I don't fuck with you. And like, you could tell like Tannen kind of knows that she has these qualities about her, but she tries to
Mhm.
focus on the good qualities. Probably wasn't the best idea to tell anybody else in the group how you felt about some of the
Yeah.
things she did, because now
Mhm.
it's come out before you've had a chance to talk to her, you know?
Oh, wait. Oh, no, I pressed a weird button. I made a clip, sorry. I meant to mute it so I could clear my throat. But apparently there's a button that says oh, that's kinda cool. As we're talking, we can hit make a clip. So if it's like a good part, we can make
Yeah,
a
I
clip.
see. It
Good
says
to know.
mark clip. Good to know.
Might as well just do it now. Okay, now I know where the button is, so I won't do that again. So sorry. Okay, what were you saying?
Tannen and Sky.
Right. Me? You? Oh, were you done? Your thought?
Oh, yeah, I think I was just saying
Okay.
she's a fucking bitch, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, talking about talking about, like, the valley is not a good place to live. When you're on a show called The Valley is a choice, and if you don't got it like that, if you don't have the money to live outside the valley, how can you complain about the valley? You're living there, that's your area, like, it's shady to the rest of the group, and like they pointed out, if you could live somewhere else, you would. So you can't, so don't shit on
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah, don't shit on it. Yeah, I live in the valley, bitch. Like,
Yeah,
nothing's
there's nothing
but
wrong.
it really is like a thing. People who live on the other side of the hill, they'll just be like, "Oh, the valley. Oh," like, you know what I mean? Like, they just think they're
Yeah.
so much better. They act like the valley is just so far. They act like it's a thing. Like, it's a flex. Like, "Oh, I live on this side of the hill, not on that side of the hill, because that side of the hill is the valley." And I'm like,
And if she wants to live on the other side of the hill, she should stop spending all her money at Erewhon, because that place is crazy. I
it
got
is.
I went and I got a tote bag, a smoothie, a bottle of wine and a wrap, and it was like $150 US. I was
Mhm.
like, "This is crazy." The guy was like, "Do you want a bag?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I didn't know it was a $50 bag, but it's a good souvenir, so
$50. Exactly, like, Erewhon but the fact that you're even trying to, like, flex, like, "Oh, Erewhon," like, "Yeah, I shop at Erewhon because I'm just bougie and I'm just yeah, I'm gonna pay $30 for strawberries." It's like, "Okay,
it's
like,
a waste.
that's on you." Like, yes, Erewhon is aesthetically pleasing. Yes,
Mhm.
it's a very fresh quality. They have a $15 coconut water that when I go, I'm like, "Yeah, Imma treat myself and get this
Yeah.
8-ounce coconut water for $15 because it's delightful." Do I get it all the time? No. Is it every
No.
once in a blue moon? Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, she's just pretentious. I
Mhm.
don't think she's a good friend. Like, you see the minute like, Tannen wasn't even able I do think it wasn't Reza's place to, like, repeat him and Tannen's conversation, but
Mhm.
obviously, she's feeling a way about her friendship with Sky, and the minute that Sky's automatic reaction was to be like, "Well, do you ever pay for your jewelry? Do you ever da 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 da?" Like, and it's like, yeah, I do pay for my jewelry.
Mhm.
I'm not paying full price. Okay, you are giving me a discount, but I am still supporting you. And like she
Yeah.
said, I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars and you put my face serum on your dog. Like it's just rude.
Yeah, what did you think of that? Is it who's getting the better deal there? Because obviously Tannen could buy her jewelry elsewhere. She wants to support her friend, so giving her the discount is the least you could do, right? You could even give her stuff for free, but she's willing to pay and probably buys a lot more than she would if it wasn't her friend, right? So
Yeah.
like I think Tannen is the one in the right there.
I think
She
Tannen's
was
the one in the right. Where Tannen
mhm,
went wrong is talking to Reza about it because Reza
mhm.
brought it up before she was able to speak to Sky about it, you know? But they
Well, and
were
Sky's
all piling on her at that dinner. I
yeah.
mean, I know we skipped past I feel like nothing else happened in the episode. They went race car driving. Okay, Reza
Mhm.
spun out. Who cares? Like
Yeah.
nothing really happened except for Tommy having I don't know if that was in this episode or the episode before where she's basically trying to tell Tommy like, how do you feel about making up with Reza and he just completely shuts it down. Like
Yeah.
obviously we know they're getting divorced, so you can just see it coming in all of these ways of like him not
Yeah.
really being supportive of his wife. But I just feel like
Well,
I just feel like at that dinner and her husband was sitting there like
yeah, I was gonna say Sky's husband, like, he seems to not like her either. He didn't and I mean, I do not like it when men get involved in women's fights and when the husbands get involved, but it's hard to just like, he just sat there and did nothing, so he
yeah,
could have
he could
defended
have
her a
defended her a
little.
little
Yeah.
bit like, "Hey guys, back off." Like, like that's it. Like, right,
Yeah,
back
or, like,
off, back off.
just said some positive qualities about her, like, maybe he could, be like, "Oh, she did this or that for you," like, anything, but he's seems very checked out. I think
Yeah,
he's a little old for this crowd.
Reza was like, he's not saying anything because he agrees with every single thing that
Yeah,
we're saying.
he probably liked to get her getting called out, right? Because 'Cause we've seen her kinda treat him the same in other episodes, so I'm sure he's not, like, too mad about it, but oh, and yeah, for Tommy and how it's not Mercedes, right? Now
Mercedes?
Mercedes, yes, I like that,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Mercedes, when she called to talk to him, like, she's on a trip and he's home, he seemed just not interested, like, "I wanna get off the phone." I feel like that's such a bad sign because usually you, like, miss your person when they're away, but if they call and you're like, "Oh god, I have to talk on the phone to them." I mean, we already know they're getting divorced, but it's obvious in these
Yeah.
episodes. It's
No
not
bueno.
going down a good path.
Yeah. So what did you think of Gigi and Sky like altercation? Because I mean, I felt like I don't know that Sky yelled at her. Like she
No.
elevated her voice slightly, but not like I didn't yell at you until you started to yell at me. Like it was she didn't do all that.
No, I think Gigi definitely takes it to another level. She amps things up a lot. So what were they
Mm,
even fighting about? Because
I
I know
don't
Sky was
even know. I
just
think
Sky's
the valley. I
pretentiousness.
think
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
yeah, just like her pretentiousness and like not wanting to live in the valley.
Yeah, and, like, that's not even really at the I mean, that would kind of annoy Gigi, but I also feel like she kind of feels similarly. Didn't we hear her say she didn't wanna live in the valley, or she's like, she wants the finer things in life, so I don't
She's
even know why she made that her fight, like, and took it to such a level because it wasn't really, like, personally affecting her, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. The thing is like Gigi's the type of bitch that you just gotta slap one time so she knows not to play with you because she gets really, really loud because she
Mhm.
knows that the other person, like, you know what I mean, is gonna back down. You know what I mean? So she's the type of
Yeah.
bitch that you just gotta meet her at her energy. You gotta pop her one time to let her know like not to fuck with you because
Mhm.
she expects that the other person's gonna walk away. But no, if I meet you where you're at, bitch, we're gonna be boxing. And so
Yeah.
you're counting on the fact that I'm just gonna walk away. Cause when you buck up and you're all loud like that, 9 times out of 10,
Mhm.
you're not about it. You're
No.
not about it, right? Cause the minute I meet you at your energy, you're gonna fucking pipe the fuck down or we're
Mhm.
gonna be fighting, you know?
Mhm.
So but I do think that Sky took it too far. She literally said to Gigi, "You're beneath me. I'm better
Yeah.
than you." So that's what we were saying. Like, she thinks she's better than bitches and she thinks that these people are beneath her. Like, she literally said it. Like, you're beneath
Yeah.
me.
And why does she feel this way? I don't understand. Like, what? There's nothing that she does differently. All of them seem to be doing well for themselves. Like, I don't know where she's getting this feeling from that she's better than them. It's just her personality, I guess. But didn't she tell Gigi, like, I'll drop you, like, the napkin or something? She
Yeah,
means, like,
like,
fight you, right?
I don't
Or she mean, like,
know.
drop you as a friend or, like, drop you to the ground? Like, which
I don't know. I
one?
took it like I'll drop you like I'll drop you to the ground. Like I'll
Yeah.
drop you like the napkin I clean my nose with. Like, but then it's like you're walking away as you say that. Like, oh, drop me then, bitch.
Mhm.
Okay, you feeling froggy? Then leap. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, like so. What's up? Like,
Yeah, I think Sky has too much dip on her chip, right? Did I
yeah,
say it right?
absolutely.
Love
You
a
got
callback.
it. Yeah, she's got too much dip on her chip, but so does Gigi. Like, you got too much dip
True.
on your chip because I would have called her bluff. Like,
Yeah.
because she's like, I'm gonna catch a case. I'm gonna catch a case. She knows everybody's gonna like, hold her back and stuff. I'd have been like,
Mm, go for
oh,
it.
go for it, bitch. What's up? Like, come on.
Mhm. Well, yeah, I'm surprised Sky said, "I'll drop you." Like, that's not something I would say to Gigi because she's already seems a little angry, so that's how it ended, right? In the middle of that
Yeah,
fight? So we don't
yeah.
really know. Is it just gonna pick up and it's totally de-escalated, or
Sure.
is
Yeah,
one of
that's what they always do. Like they're just gonna
Yeah.
like pick up with her talking to her husband, like, well, you didn't defend me. And it's like, can we actually see what happened after she said, I'm gonna drop you like the napkin I clean my nose with? Like, did Gigi hear
Mhm.
her? Did Gigi not hear her? Gigi probably didn't even hear her because she's just so erratic and like
Yeah.
yelling that probably didn't
Mhm.
even hear her. But
Yeah, I don't know if, like, producers had to step in, they got security, bodyguards there, but I wouldn't think Gigi takes that lightly, but like you said, maybe she's just all bark and no bite, and when someone actually calls her bluff, she backs down. We just haven't seen it yet, so
yeah, but I do maybe Skyman drop like a friend. I don't know. She doesn't
yeah.
give like I'm talking about drop kick you. Like-
Yeah, yeah, that would make it very spicy though, so we'll see what happens next episode. Oh, did at one point Gigi say, "Pack your belly button to Dennis"? That was funny to me. Is that another saying, or did she just make that up on
I
herself?
don't know. I've never heard that one. So
Okay, maybe his belly button was hanging out, I don't know. I can't see that close up,
that's
so
funny. That's funny. Yeah.
yeah, any
All right.
other thoughts on
Mm,
Reza Jackson brought the server over, which was
mm,
hilarious,
to make
and
Gigi
then
jealous. I feel like they're trying to make Gigi and Reza a thing, and it's just not a thing.
no, not a thing. I know, I hope we get a chance to chat with Gigi at some point maybe, because I have questions for her. I need to know,
I've
because
got a lot. I've got a lot of
yeah.
questions for her.
'Cause I feel like, she's the star of the show, she keeps it interesting, but some of
Mhm.
her actions, I'm like, "I need more backstory. I need to know why you're doing what you do, just to keep it spicy, or is there just stuff we don't know?" But did you feel like they were all making, like, server jokes in front of her? I don't know if she could hear them, but, they were like, "Where does the knife go?" And, like, asking,
Yeah, I felt like,
like
does anybody know, like, how the cutlery goes on the
yeah,
table?
yeah. "Has anyone been in a restaurant before, like, working?" It was so funny.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a real love connection, but I'm sure she
Mm-mm.
enjoyed being on the show, just like the other girl that Reza dated, so
Dated. I mean,
we
Reza's a good-looking guy. I could see why girls are, like, attracted to him, but for
mhm.
me personally, like, his mannerisms, I would be like, "Oh, okay, like, he don't like my kind," like, it's just it's okay, Like, but
Yeah,
he's very I don't know. He's very, pretty though, outwardly
yeah,
attractive, so
and he likes to gossip, we saw that in a couple episodes ago, so I like that in a man that wants to
yeah.
spill the tea,
Yeah,
so
I love a man that spills the tea. They all do. Like men act like they don't like tea. They
mhm,
really, really do. They act like they don't like drama. They really, really do. Like they
yeah,
love it.
they just pretend they don't.
Yeah.
And he can dance, sort of, not really. He could
I don't
dance
feel
when he
I
was a
don't feel like
child.
we got a good representation of his
No.
moves, but it's okay.
Maybe we can get him to do some moves if we ever get to talk to him. So we got a list of things that we have to ask and do. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
well, any other thoughts on the value Persian style? The ghosts are
And
gone,
the ghosts are
thankfully.
gone. Nope. No more thoughts.
All right. Well, we will be back with what will we be back with? Love is Blind starts next week. So we're
Oh God.
discombobulated already. The
Yeah,
tea is a
traitors.
waterfall. Yeah.
The waterfall, you guys. I just
hmm
you guys let us know when we shall spill. Like, you know what I mean? Right now it's too early. We don't know these people. We have no connection to these people, but my God, you guys, there's so much tea.
It's going to be very fun, very exciting. And yes, we got the traders. We're doing a special deep dive on Colton Underwood because obviously he's a hot topic. We have one on Rob that's out from last week, and we're doing Summer House. So lots of fun stuff. Like, subscribe, all that. And we appreciate you guys. See you next time.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.